my arms in the air because I don't know what I could have done. But a white woman feeling distressed next to a black man, that's jail, lawsuit, or death. I looked at her confused and she says,
I don't know what you think this is, but that's not gonna happen here.
Bro, what you are?
the first date. The study showed that young men on average go on their first date around 13 to 14 years old. What age did I go on my first date, you ask? Shit. I was like 18. Triple R though, I was an NPC. I mentally view myself as a 67 overall 2K20 ball hawk with 0 badges. My player skill fumble was on a 94. I fumbled and dropped the bag more than Quentin Johnson and Kyra Williams. It wasn't until COVID to where I started getting in the lab like that and working my physical appearance to build confidence in myself to attract women. Even though I wasn't getting a lot of playing time on the court, I was watching countless hours of films of players in the league that I admired their game and watched how they talk to women. Something I did which may be seen as loser activity was I'd watch videos like how to get a girl to like you type videos from creators like Marni, your personal winger, and Josh Speaks. I didn't feel comfortable asking my parents and I never tell my boys my struggles, so I just watch videos like these. Marni was pretty educational. In high school and to this day, I'd watch DDG and the Minorities and see how they interacted with women and see how in my life, how I could replicate some of the things they did while remaining true to my morals. I would also be more tapped in the women's field during COVID. I would gain more knowledge and show my IQ on the court by learning what shows or music women like, the horoscopes. Whatever it was when I talked to women, I'd be more comfortable having conversations or I'd be like a chameleon and have more personality to bag the hug.
All that damn work just to drop Killian Hayes numbers? Damn. What the
Eat dick, nigga. Lastly, I have an older sister and I learned one thing from her growing up. Never lead with money. My sister isn't a gold digger, but she is a finesser. I would see her go on dates with guys just to get free meals and it would take these guys nowhere. She'd come into my room and ask what I want from a restaurant and she'd come back with the exact same meal. So I developed a bulletproof method I've used over the years for my first dates. My ideology is to never take a girl on the first date to a restaurant. You're not gonna get a free meal out of me. You want free eats? Go on the McDonald's app and use them points. The first date will always be budget friendly, a fun activity, and start at 8 p.m. This is because 1, if she's able to have a great time with you even when it's budget friendly, she's showing you promising wife qualities. 2, an activity bails her out because if she's boring. The activity is the icebreaker itself and usually makes everyone comfortable with fun. 3, the first date is always at night with this method because activity can last about 1 to 2 hours, maybe 3. By this time, all the major restaurants are closed, leaving her with fast food chains, Waffle House, or the Peter Johnson. The method is so glitchy where she chooses fast food, use your points for whatever chain, and get the meal free or heavily discounted.
Yeah, it's so clear you get no bitches. Nigga, you are bitchless. It's not even funny, bro.
Get off my dick, little bitch, get off my dick. There you go.
Swallow iguana semen.
Whoa! Brother,
Method could be adjusted with whatever low your budget is or what caliber of woman you can and can't pull off, but it's real bulletproof. This story time, however, though, is how I attempted the method for the first time and still fumbled. My first date took place on March 26, 2021. Let's call the girl I took on a date Becky. Becky with the good hair. As y'all know, at this time of my life, I was a snowman, a Yeti man. I love the ski and the aspens. I met Becky in a college tour I took 2 years prior, and we had each other on Snapchat. The date happened because one day she posted on her Snapchat, "Who wants to take me on a date?" Developing into the shooter I've become now, I ran down and took that transition 3 and texted her, "Let's go next Friday." She responded a couple hours late and said, "Okay, let's do it."
Drop a 50 on that bitch like, hi.
I got her number and was texting her leading into the date. I called my brethren throughout the days leading to the date to ask what I should do. While conducting the method, I was choosing between 2 activities I thought we could do together, either Dave & Buster's or bowling. I chose one because I thought it would confirm that I would get 2 hours with her, the restaurant should be closed, and if she's boring and wasting my time, I could give her both the ass and bowling because triple R, let's be real, bowling ain't really a date. That's competition. All men are going to turn into PBA pros and start trying to smack turkeys on the date. The time came for the date. Before I went to pick her up, I got my hair cut and put her on Jermaine to borrow his Fazos. She sent her Addy, then I realized my dilemma. I lived in Broward and she lived in Boca. The pickup from where I lived was about a 50-minute drive. So I made an audible and tried to find bowling places near her, and I did. I was finding spots that were max a dub per person, but either you needed a reservation or some reason not open that day. So I had to drive 30 minutes to get her, then drive another 30-35 minutes to go to the bowling place in my area called Spares. So I put on a lavender H&M sweatshirt, black skinny metal jeans, and the G-Phasers and held at the door and picked her up. When I got to her address, she lived in an apartment complex, so I called her that I was in her complex guest parking garage. She came down, gave me a hug, opened her car door, and we headed to Spares. Becky still looked the same as she did the last time I saw her. I don't know if it was her leggings or she grew her butt, but her face was so pretty though. Not gonna lie though, she did have a noticeable beak for her nose. She kind of looked like Ed Holmes or Andy from The Office, but she was still pretty though. Like I said, this was a 35+ minute drive, so this time I'll be able to get live reps with a real defender and see how I can get my cap off on her. I didn't ask her too much about herself before the date because I knew I'd be able to on the date. So we're driving and my first question was, where'd you go to school? Simple question, simple response, man-to-man coverage. Her response off the tip-off?
So I've been going to Stoneman Douglas since the shooting. Yeah, I was a part of the shooting that day. And it's given me mental anxiety ever since. I was living with my mom at the time because the same year my parents got a divorce and she couldn't deal with it mentally. Literally last week, she sent me to the mental hospital. And he picked me up from my dad's house because now I'm living with him.
And she's still rambling. I realize I'm getting killed badly. She scored the ball off the tip-off, and we haven't even hit about the ball since. She smacked a quick 3 threes. We're down 9-0 in the first minute of the game. Once she finally stopped talking, I said what any man would say in the situation. I looked her dead in the eye and just said, respectable. We had the one-man fast break beat the trauma 1-2-2 diamond press like Kyrie did in Olympic practice. I attempted to simply switch the topic and gave her the aux to play whatever music she wanted to play. Again, this was my first date and it's 2021. I haven't developed any sense of reality. While she's finding what song she wants to play, I'm thinking she's hip to the 2021 underground scene. I'm thinking she's gonna play some Autumn, Summers, Can, Tana, Young Chris, SSG Kobe, or at least Yeet, or just something in my lane of work. She then finds her song and I hear familiar instrumental and I smile. However, when I realized the song, I understood she's created a Boston Celtics clap environment for me. It's gonna be a long night. Why I realized the instrumental was so familiar was when I looked at my dashboard, she had put Miley Cyrus on. No, not Miley Cyrus by Shay. She had turned on Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus. She's playing physical defense, blitzing me on the track, but there's nowhere to throw the ball. I'm getting heckled with such distracting background noise, and this is still the first quarter. She put on a song from Rihanna's last album and then Trap Queen by Fetty Wap after. She said she was in her early 2016 pop mood lately. The songs weren't bad, it just wasn't what I was expecting. This was my welcome to the league moment. The music did mellow her down, and we were having smooth conversations until we got to the bowling spot. When we get to spares, I told her to wait for me to open her car door. I opened her car door and she thanked me. I made an attempt to extend my hand to close the car door back, and she smacks my arm aggressively. Immediately, I put my arms in the air because I don't know what I could have done, but a white woman feeling distressed next to a black man, that's jail, lawsuit, or death. I looked at her confused and she says,
I don't know what you think this is, but that's not gonna happen here.
Bro, what you on?
So in the first quarter, we were down 26-11, and at the end of the quarter, she gets away with an aggressive offensive foul. I've dropped 4 points in the quarter max. So we finally get inside the bowling alley, and for a Friday night, it wasn't that packed, just families out there. We get to the front of the line, and we start ordering the shoes in 2 hours of bowling time. She goes to get her shoes, and the worker tells me, your total is $79.76. I started looking at Buddy with concern. He showed me the menu, and an adult cost $39.88. While I'm looking at the prices, she comes with her shoes, so I had to make a split decision. Look poor and try to find somewhere else to go, or take this one to the chin and pay. I can't walk off the court with no probable cause, so I continue to play and pay the fee. We get our shoes and walk to our lanes, and I was so shitty. Ain't shit was funny. She was trying to talk, and I'm no longer mentally locked in. I'm checked out. We start the bowling match, and I waste no time giving her a belt. I started walking down the lane, striking shit. I feel like Pete Weber. And nah, Loreno Weber. Who do you think you are? I was moving so asshole, I told her to remove the bumpers. I wasn't going for real. I put up 121 and she had 68. We sat down for a minute and the server asked if we wanted food. I ordered a small popcorn that was about $6 to $8, and I thought she'd do the same. She tells the waiter,
Can we get a large pizza bowl?
man, I turn to look at Becky baffled because she's now wadding on my coin. Now, Triple R, she did offer to pay for her part of the bowling and the food, but it's the first date, and if a man asks a girl, then he should pay. Vice versa for a woman asking a man, then she should pay. Don't come in my comments about this take and make it a black Twitter comment section. The waiter tells you everything was $22 plus tax, and at this point of the date, my spirit is broken. In under 60 minutes of the date, I incorrectly used my method and spent $100 on the date with the girl, and we're not clicking at all. The second date, I turned off the belt and went in a comfortable fashion. We finally finished bowling and headed out. She tells me she had fun while I couldn't not show my face I was pissed. When we get in my car, I realized my tank was almost on E. So now I have to drop a 30 ball on gas. I get to the gas station to fill up and then brought her some snacks. Another $10 down the drain. I'm mentally moving like Julius from Everybody Hates Chris. We're driving back and I'm asking her questions so she could just rant while I zone out. She's talking the entire time and I'm saying things along the lines of, oh really? Damn, that's crazy. Type shit. Elaborate on that. And she's just going on and on and on. I finally get back to the comics garage and we're talking for a couple more minutes. I then open her door and she walks out and allows me to extend the close her door. She tells me,
I had a great time with you tonight.
Yeah, good to know you did. We gave each other a hug. I stopped hugging her and then she kept on hugging me. I'm confused and my head goes off her shoulder to look at her face confused. When I look at her, she's just looking at me and it's just silent. Then she leans in and kisses me. I'm confused because I thought I wasn't performing well. She wasn't going for the tween cross. The shot wasn't falling. How did we get here? It was like Kobe in Game 7 Finals. Even though the shot wasn't falling, I still impacted the game. What can I say?
Ricky debut, bitch, I ball a MC debut.
Damn, nigga, get back to the story.
You shut the fuck up.
Jit drunk off the haterade. So back to it. She kisses me and then we're just looking at each other. In the heat of the moment, I understood that I must capitalize. We could bring her in, kiss her for a little, go to the back seat, and... So what do? I froze up, nigga. I froze up. I can't lie. That kiss put me in a hit time skip. I did not move nor say a word. I was flustered. The lights were better than expected. This nigga's scared. I was a goodbye and get home safe and go to their apartment complex. At this moment, I didn't realize I sold the clip. I got in the car and I started geeking. I'm looking like Kawhi after he hit the game winner in Toronto. I'm driving on the highway with Tik on a repeat. I called my boys Jarvis and Nemo to give them the NBA highlights of tonight's game, and they were happy for me. The next day, I called the commissioner, Father Jai, and he gave me a perspective I realized I didn't have at the moment. I gave him the play-by-play of the night, and after letting me say everything, he simply tells me,
I mean, Triple R, you hoop, but she was really on go. She was waiting for you to make a move. She was trying to get crushed by a dog, but she kept looking at a pussy.
Tell me that wasn't no bar. That wasn't no bar. Nigga, listen.
But hey, I gotta go to work though, so I'll talk to you later, my boy.
I sent her a text, wanted to set up another link, but she never responded back. I actually never heard from her, actually. Since her, I learned from my mistakes and perfected the method and anticipated every counter that could be thrown at me based off more experience on the court. Y'all see more as more Simple Chronicles drop.
Hey, yo, you said she did OF? Where do we hear about this? Matter of fact, what's the link?
Horny ass nigga. Jay waited for me to throw that alley boomer. So this is where her OnlyFans come to play. I went on Snapchat about like a week or two ago after adding one of my friends back, and I noticed in a quick ad a familiar face in the contacts but with a different name. I put the name into Instagram and I see Becky under her new identity in the gym, throwing butt and kitty print all on my Instagram. I was baffled because the last time I remember she was at university on a medical track. I'm thinking, where's her father? What has transpired? How did we get here? Should I spin the block? Shit, let me shoot that DM.
So this title was basically clickbait. What the fuck?
Technically.
And that's why you part of TNC, the Tender Nigga Club. Nigga, you get snow. Oh my god, what the fuck?
Alright, you're ejected. Get him the hell out the video.
Oh god. Bitch, I'm back in it. Uncle told me whipping up a batch. Yeah, that pack's in it. I could give a fuck about a charity. Bitch, I ain't lended. Dog threw me up a brick. Catch that shit like Randy Moss.